Hello guys, I am back from another review and today we're talking about a brand new series called What If Deku Had a Persona? If you don't know what is Persona, well, it's a game all about you can go watch it because I'm not really good at explaining it. It's basically there's five games and two of those games the previous two games being Persona 1 and 2, well, they're okay, I guess, but 3, 4, and 5, they're absolutely awesome. You should go watch playthroughs of those because they're my freaking they're freaking cocaine for my brain because it's absolutely fun seeing all of those personas. So anyway, let's go to the what if. So Izuku is born from these two women. I meant these two people, being Akira, aka Joker, aka the protagonist of Persona 5. And I decided to go for Persona 5 because Persona 5 Royal is my brand new favorite game right now. So yeah, and Makoto Nejima. I believe that's her last name. I can't remember. So anyway, Izuku is born in a hospital. As Akira says, Makoto, our child. As she says, he looks beautiful. As the doctor says, he's a beautiful young boy, and I hope that you would be happy with your son, Miss Makoto. As she says, I finally have a child. As she hugs Izuku. As Izuku started laughing a little bit. So when they get back from the hospital, um everybody in the Phantom Thieves, they're basically celebrating mostly because Makoto gave birth, and it's probably freaking she's that's probably a bit of a hassle. As um Ryuji over there says, congratulations, Akira, you finally got a child. As Akira says, so how are you and Anne dating? As Anne says, we're doing great. As Yosuke and Futaba says, yeah. As Futaba's son, which I'm just gonna be calling Jack, just for convenience, as he says, so that's my little cousin. As Makoto says, yep. As Izuku's cute little face touches Jack's heart, as he says, "Oh, that's cute." As he carries his little cousin, being Izuku. So a few years go by, and Izuku is now 8 years old, and Makoto and Akira started training Izuku in the way of becoming a Phantom Thief. If you don't know, in Persona 5, the whole team here, this whole team, they're known as the Phantom Thieves, which steal the hearts of evil people, getting treasures, which are basically like the distorted desires that distorted people use to create palaces. And if you don't know what are palaces, they're basically like imagine this: a place where all of your distorted desires came to life. Like for example, Kaneshiro's, which is basically a bank, and the whole distortion is basically in Shibuya, and he envisions everybody as like ATMs. Actually, it sounds weird, but keep in mind that it's basically like the psyche. And anyway, if you don't know what are personas, they're basically like your personality come to life into like into a physical manifestation. Like for example, Akira's persona Arsene represents, well, rebellion itself. And if you don't know who's Arsene, well, he's the first Phantom Thief, I believe. Every persona is based on like a god, goddess, or mythological figure or something like that, and they're each represented by an arcana. Like for example, Akira's arcana is like the Fool, which is number 0, and the main character's arcana. You know why? Well, they're able to use multiple personas. Like for example, he's able to change his arcana to like to number 13 death, or number 16 actually I meant 15 the devil. So yeah, Izuku gotten his persona already, being I originally wanted his persona back then in my first What If. His original persona was Heracles. So yeah, I decided to redraw Izuku's costume and design, and also his persona. So yeah, please don't judge both of them because those are back then. So yeah, Izuku says to Akira, being Izuku's father now, he says, "So, father, how do I use some of my other spells?" As Akira says, "You can just use this spell." As Izuku says, "Sword dance." As several swords come out of the back of Heracles, as several swords stab into like the dummy or the shadow. And if you don't know what are shadows, they're basically like well, in the game of Persona 5, you can able to like capture them and turn them into personas. And then you can either go to like the Velvet Room and just fusion them with the help of, actually I'm not gonna tell you that yet. You can just watch the games if you want to. Do not get spoiled. So as Makoto says, good job Akira. As both of them kiss, as Izuku says, gross. As Akira says, that's not gross. And besides, you might find a lover yourself, Izuku. As Izuku says, yeah, I'm not really that invested in love. As Akira says, don't worry, you're going to find somebody that you love soon enough. So, a few years go by as well, and now Izuku's now like 13. Izuku's pretty popular in school, mostly because his mother and father are actually heroes. Makoto's the number 7th, and Akira's the number 6th hero in this one. And his other friends are basically like maybe maybe like the 15th heroes or something like that. I don't know. So Bakugo is basically like his best friend in this one, basically like Ryuji in Persona 5. So by the way, guys, in my original What If, I originally wanted Izuku. Originally Izuku was shipped with Lavenza, and if you don't know who's Lavenza, well, you should go watch Persona, because it's super complicated. Basically, there's this bad guy named Yeldabaoth, who split Lavenza into two people, being Melody, no, not Melody, what's her name? Yeah, Caroline and Justine, which they work as the wardens of the Velvet Room, or in this case, the Velvet prison, where Akira has to use fusions there. But when Akira when Yeldabaoth reveals the truth, both this is actually a spoiler, actually. So it's better if you just watch the game. So anyway, that's where both of them just cut off their heads and basically refused it again into Lavenza. So yeah, so in this one, I decided to make Izuku to make a harem in this one. So yeah, this is going to be a harem. So when the teacher comes in, they said, the teacher says, all right, settle down. As everybody starts settling down, as the teacher says, just like in canon, that two people are going to UA. As Bakugo stands up and says, "Yeah, you better get away from us, you damn D-listers. Me and Izuku are going to be the number one heroes." Haha. As some of them say, "Hey, that's not fair. You think that you're better than us?" As Izuku says, "No, I'm not better than all of you. We're just As Bakugo says, "Hey, Izuku, you should say to these busted D-listers that we're better than them." As Izuku says, "Why did I become friends with Bakugo in the first place?" As Izuku starts leaving, Bakugo says, "Bye, Izuku. And why do you not going to the arcade with us?" As Izuku says, "Well, I'm going home to train." As Bakugo says, "Oh, okay, Izuku, bye." As they start leaving, Izuku rides on a bike which has like a mask similar to Johanna. And if you don't know who's a Johanna, well, it's Makoto's persona. And in this one, Akira's persona is Raul, which is the final form of Arsene. So basically, in Persona, there's the three evolved stages of a persona, except for like the other personas. Only the main character personas are allowed to basically evolve into three stages in Persona 5 Royal. First, Akira, like for example, Akira's first form persona is Arsene. Then there's Satanael, which is the second form, and finally there's Raul, the third form. And for Makoto's is basically the same thing. Just I can't remember the name of her personas. So yeah, when the Deku finally went to his house, Makoto says, "So ready for training, Izuku?" As Izuku says, "Yep." So I hope you liked the video. Comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you all guys next time. Bye bye.